Good afternoon. I am Classy Lady and welcome to my channel. I am a new content creator 10 weeks in. I do content and I also do reactions. If you're new, passing by, visiting, please consider subscribing to my channel. I am trying to get my first 1,000 subscribers. Hit the button for me if you're going to just keep passing through. I do have over 200 lives and shorts posted already. I would appreciate if you take the time to go through the shorts, look at them, and go through some of the lives. They are all titled just as well as this live tonight. So you could pretty much pick and choose which live you want to look at and you want to watch. I would appreciate it. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Welcome. Hey, first one. Hey, ADHD. How you doing? You got your headphones on? What you doing? How was your day? Granny's still going on. She almost, her sermons is almost, what games are you playing over there? And are you on YouTube or are you on TikTok or are you on like a PS5 type thing? That's all. Oh my God. What's going on? Oh yeah, there wasn't many people in church. Boy, these people, they don't mind not tithing and giving to the church. Call of Duty on PC. Hey, Legendary, how you doing? Welcome over. Good to see you. Y'all make sure to hit the like button before y'all forget. Y'all get over here and get comfortable and sit down and take your shoes off and relax, getting ready for bed. Lord, you should not have strange clothes before me. To prepare for the sacrament of confession, first take the time out to pray while I read through. Now take as much time as necessary to find text examination of conscience is based on the Ten Commandments. Ten Commandments. I've been all over the place when it comes to YouTube today. Oh, I haven't really been on YouTube today. Well, I was on it a little bit. Um, I came on earlier when I did a ride along from church. I don't know if you saw that. Did a ride along. And then after that, I was consumed in here trying on clothes, getting ready, trying to prepare early for my cruise because I have to have some things altered and stuff. And then I guess about 4:30, I decided I had a T-bone steak and a potato. And then so I cooked that. I seared it on the stove on the beginning, and then I just end up putting it in the oven to let it, cook a little bit in the oven. So it came out tender, but I didn't dare eat the whole steak because T-bone, it was a nice size T-bone. So I only ate half of it, like the top half. And then tomorrow, hopefully I can tackle and eat the bottom half of it. I may even have to cut some of that off and make a sandwich one day. So, hey, Kiss This Ring, how you doing? Girl, I was listening two of your lives, one on the TV and one on the phone, two different lives at one time. I was trying to get it in because I said, this girl that went on here. I say, you getting them hours in. And when I came from church, I say, I looked and I missed both of them. So I say, I know what I'm going to do. So I put one on TV. And then I said, well, I'll listen to the other one on the phone. So I had you on the phone and on the TV trying to get them in. So I know I liked them, but I don't remember if normally I don't say replay game. I just put my little dancing lady or a heart, and I'm there. I done been there. So, yeah. So, girl, and I didn't see the post that you were talking about. Maybe, I don't know if you took it down or I didn't go further enough about the list that you had. Oh, okay. Got the 10 Commandments in this bulletin. Wow. Oh, our church is having a crawfish festival on the 26th. Marsha DuPage, Angela Cocker donation listed. The donation list to be made available soon. Child, I tell you, I've been giving to the church and donating and putting and donating, but that's what you got to do to keep it running and to keep it going. Uh, we getting through our Lenten fish fry. Hey Zaza, hey Valentine baby, how y'all doing? Welcome over. I hope y'all had a good day. I hope y'all had a good day. Got y'all some rest. Cause tomorrow is fighting time. Some of y'all kids and grandkids probably on spring break or they already finished. Uh, do I go to mass every Sunday, Saturday, on holy days, obligation? Do I go over impossible work that impedes worshiping? Oh, I was just reading it. Child, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about it. Yep, I'm gonna talk about it. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about it. That's why I titled my title what I did. I got a little TT on that. I think I got all y'all. Oh, I missed the 5 minute. Hey, LaMonica, how you doing? I'm glad I went back and saw you. I missed my 5 minute mark. I'm supposed to make an announcement at my 1 minute or getting started, my 5 minute mark, and then my 10 minute mark. So when I get to my 10 minute mark, y'all continue speaking to each other and stuff. Uh, and then I'll go ahead and start my commentary. I don't try to wait till a bunch of people get in here. They come in, they get in where they fit in, or they watch the replay. Yeah. So it don't make me no difference. I start out talking with nobody in the chat because somebody will come across it. Somebody will look at it, you know. So just hit the like button as y'all coming in. I would greatly appreciate that. Oh, I'm talking to this girl today and I forgot to wish her happy birthday. Oh my goodness. Oh, her birthday is on St. Patrick's Day. Wow. You know, these days are going so fast and passing so fast. I think St. Patrick's Day, somebody will be lucky. I'm gonna do a giveaway on St. Patrick's Day. Luck of the Irish. So I got to make sure I remember. I gotta make sure I remember because I do plan on it, and I'm pretty sure ADHD gonna hold me to it. Uh, but I plan on remembering. But I want to do my first giveaway, one of my first giveaways on St. Patrick's Day. So y'all tune in. Y'all make sure y'all tuned in at 8 o'clock. And don't worry about people that don't ever drop down in the chat, winning or whatever, whatever, because it ain't gonna be that easy. It's not gonna be that easy for somebody outside to win. That never. Well, I do have people that view me and that are subscribed to me, and the ones that I can see and the ones that I can take names down, I have their names down, and the ones that I see in the chat, I do write down. Um, let's see, I think I got all of y'all. Yeah. So, gonna do something like that. I hope everybody have cash out. I hope everybody have cash out, because that's the only way uh, I will be sending out funds. And then I'm gonna go back tonight and go through here and make sure. Yeah, I got all y'all. I know some of y'all by memory, and some of them I have questioned about it if I have y'all down or whatever. So I haven't decided how I'm gonna do it, but I'll treat somebody to lunch Wednesday. It'll be day Wednesday or Thursday or whatever. Oh, I forgot to. I missed my 10-minute mark. I'm just a talking. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Classy Lady. Welcome to my channel. I am 10 weeks in as a content creator reaction channel. Thank you to those who have already subscribed to me. Thank y'all for to those who come and support me faithfully and come through here. Not saying you have to come every day, but I do appreciate y'all when you do come. I do see you. So I appreciate y'all for just helping me out so far. My watch hours, I think my watch hours are pretty good, but I'm trying to get my subscriber count up. I wanted to do a drawing when I got my subscriber count up to 1,500. My subscriber count up to 500 and watch hours at 1,500 at the same time. But unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen. I'm going to have to do another round out to my YouTube people, family, and stuff. And you know, I tell people to subscribe to me, and they turn around, okay, I'm going to subscribe to you. And then they turn around, forget. So, and you don't want to I don't want to hound anybody. And, you know, like I tell them, you know, even if you're not on YouTube all the time, just come at least at one time and subscribe to me to get my count up and get me where I need to go. So I know I can do it, and I feel by the end of before the end of the year, or by maybe summertime, if I keep coming on, being consistent, and keep people engaged and things like that, I think I will hit my 1,000 subscribers. It's not as easy as people think it is. It's not as easy. You know, I've gotten some from my sister, my big sister Roz, and I call her my big sister because she is, as far as the Roz squad and things of that nature, but she's not older than me. But she did start it off, and from y'all that engage in her chat, encouraged me from when I'm on different people panels to get my own channel, which it was always in the back of my mind because I always had stories that I wanted to tell. But you know, you get a little comprehensive when you see other people going at each other, and you could say just tearing each other down. I mean, tearing you down to the ground. And I don't want to do that. I don't have that energy right now. Now, I'm not saying that I won't dib and dab every now and again, but I don't want to attract that energy. I want to stay where we at over here. I feel like it's a little safe haven, a little safe nest. I ain't gonna say safe haven because he messy too, but a little safe net or a safe spot over here where people can just, you know, they don't have to hear all the rah 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 all the time, you know, because you kind of get tired of that. So I felt that I had a little bit more to offer, and I feel that I have a little bit more to offer. Some days I have struggles with what I'm going to talk about and the things that, you know, coming up with subjects and stuff of that nature. And then sometimes, you know, I say, Lord, help me with a title or a subject, and then he does just that. I get to thinking about stuff. It give me some things to think about, and then I brainstorm and say, "Oh, well, I could talk about that. That would be a good thing to talk about." So uh, it's not easy coming up with subjects and things to talk about, especially when you're not indulging in mess and he say she say stuff, or bringing, I do have people over here that don't know about sectors and different groups, and don't really know that people are grouped into different sectors on YouTube. And so it's kind of hard sometimes to keep a person's attention if they don't know what you're talking about, if you're talking about another party or somebody else, unless you put it in story time, like I've done it a couple of times before, to make it interesting for you to engage with my audience. So that's why I just try to come up with my own thing. And it's always something that I may have experienced, or I know somebody that experienced something, or what have you. So I try to do that to give people a little outlet. Now, don't get me wrong. I like the mess. I like the drama. Because, honey, I can get in some people chat, and which is wrong. Which is wrong. And I be keyboard thumping and be saying this, saying that, what I would want that person to hear. But I don't, I want them to hear it, but it's once I get off of here, I could say when I'm in other people chat and stuff like that, and listen and engaged and moderate. Once I get off of YouTube, that's it. Or I'm out of their chat, that's it. I'm going on to something else. And I may be still on YouTube, but I may be listening to other people, other sectors, and things of that nature. And it's not a messy sector. It's there are good bloggers on here that get out here and get the news, get the tea, get local news, get news that's around the United States, that things that we need to know, or things, strange things, like I was talking about strange things the other day, things that's happening, and you be like, wow, did that happen? They do celebrity news and things of that nature, because a lot of the celebrity news I miss. I do miss. And then my girlfriend, she'll be telling me, she'll say, did you see such and such and such? And I'll be like, no, I didn't see that. And then she'll, have it or seen it. Hey, Roger Queen, how you doing? Hey, Gloria, how you doing? And bring it to my attention. So, it's good to visit other people's sector. Some people like cooking sectors. Now they are getting to the point where this Mama Poo Poo, she was one of the first one that I saw that really started saying, I'm going to feed my kids. Now I see another young lady, she's 27 and she has 9 kids. And she's then kind of signed on and say, I'm going to feed my kids. And then she cook. Sometimes she'll show you what she cooking, or sometimes she just do the finished product and get ready to feed them and plate their food, and and then she call them one by one and do that. So it's different ones out here that you may engage in and stuff like that. And then it's one little girl on Facebook. She's so cute. Tell her dad is, like I said before, that people are using their kids a lot, because if it's a baby, I don't care if they just goo goo gaga or laughing or something like that. You like to see kids, happy babies, happy kids, or kids doing funny stuff. So a lot of people will tune into something like that. So, it's all kind of things. It don't have to be chaos and drama and whatever. The Peaches, the Latrices, the Mommies of Eights, and the Briannas, and the Latroots, and all of that. It's a lot of that going on. So you pick and choose what you want. Like I said, another sector that I look at is the Mo 3 sector. And like I said, it's this young man that was murdered in Dallas on the freeway in broad daylight. So I'm keeping up with that, the people that keep up with it, because the trial, they've reset the trial so much, and it's going to be coming up in the fall. And I want to make sure, I don't know if it'll be televised, but if the bloggers are there, I will be tuned in their station when they're live during the day. So, yeah. Yeah. Other sectors for sure. Yeah. And, y'all come over and support me, and I appreciate that. And you know, you watch who you want to watch, you go where you want to go. But I do really appreciate y'all coming over here supporting me, and I try to bring other stuff, whether you know it interests you or not. Maybe it will, you never know. Because you know, things that I've been talking about, some people have come on here and want advice, you know, and maybe y'all as the chat can help them or give them advice about something. Okay, you like the farm animals, and I like the little houses, the little small houses, things of that nature. Yeah, I like you know, just different stuff I like. But anyway, y'all know I always put what I'm gonna talk about, and I've been to forgot just that quick. I get to talking. I know I said something about chaos. Oh, Fall Guy. Would you take the fall for somebody for something somebody else did? Uh, I don't know what it is. I'm gonna start about with this first. I don't know what it is about the exercise clothes, and I guess I should, because I see a lot of women, boy, when they put that exercise clothes on, the top and the bottom to match, and they tennis shoes, and then you see them in other stores, boy, they be thinking they fine as wine. I don't care what kind of shape they in or what. And I just giggle because I say, she probably ain't been more went to no gym. She don't even look like she sweat. Her hair don't even look wet. But they put the exercise, they will put the exercise clothes on quicker. I don't know if it's because it's convenient. You don't have to iron it. You don't have to worry about, you know, anything. And they'll put their little sets on and be all up in the store and then looking for more exercise equipment and stuff like that. And it always make me laugh, because I can remember the day when people, and still sometimes when people go work out and they really done worked out and sweated their t-shirts and stuff out, they don't go nowhere. They go home. They go home and shower and put on some different clothes or whatever. But I see these women in the broad daytime with the kids in school, or they may have a little babies in the stroller. They got their workout clothes on and they just are shopping. And I just be cracking up. I say, because you ain't went to nobody gym. You think you look fine in that outfit, so you feel you going to come out. But ain't too many men out there during the day. Is a bunch of, when I go to the doctor and I decide to go to a particular TJ Maxx. And when I go in there, it's a bunch of older white women or retired women, and a few black ones in there, like me, that's retired. It ain't no men in there. So I be laughing. I be like, what they doing? Or maybe do they put it on to go grocery shopping? I don't know. Yeah, some of this internet is something else. But lately I've been seeing on YouTube where these people are going in, boosters going in to these places where the exercise equipment, and they're stealing the exercise equipment. I mean, outfits. And it happened, I seen it, you know, where two ladies, it was y'all cousins, because they ain't my cousins. But one had a bonnet on and shorts and some slides. And she had a whole, boy, they can grab some clothes. You hear me? I probably wouldn't be able to grab all them clothes at one time. They probably be falling. I'm trying to pick something up. The hanger done went this way. I done got hooked on it. I probably wouldn't be able to steal that much as they steal. She, little old something, had a arm full of clothes. And the other one did too. The other one face plattered right in the camera. Bam. Camera just all up in there. I said, if only they would post a reward. I turn them in for $1,000. So you saw them. It was two girls, two black ladies. I ain't gonna call them ladies, but I don't know how old they were. But yeah, and they didn't went in these people's shop and stole a bunch of exercise equipment. So I know back in the day they used to go in like beauty shops and barber shops and stuff like that, and they would have boost clothes and stuff. And the women women and men, they would buy it depending on what it was and what they wanted for them, and if it was clothes their size and stuff like that, they would buy the stuff. Cause I had a friend, her boyfriend would be in the barbershop and he knew what size she wore, and he bought her a couple of outfits, real cute outfits, expensive outfits if you would have had to buy them at the store. So that's why they keep doing it. And then I've been in beauty shops where they come in there and they got purses, perfume, may have clothes or stuff. And then you say, well, do you have that size? Or what, if they have a certain size, they can go back in their cart if they're selling it. But if they say, no, this is all I have. Hey, Valentine, baby, how you doing? Yeah. Lululemon expensive. Yeah. Yeah. That's what they stole. And I go to the comments when I see stuff and stuff posted, go to the comments, and they was like, well, who could steal 4,000? They put like a $4,700 price tag on the items that was stolen. And so somebody in the comments say, well, who would steal now how much the workout equipment costs? Well, if you don't go buy it, you ain't gonna know. And some of these people that gets in really into the workout and the exercise, and they want to look good, or they want to sport a certain sport or certain brand, like the Lululemon, this stuff is expensive. And so one lady put in there, well, you can't get a pair of tights or the bottoms for under $100. So it could really add up. So if you buy the bottoms and the top, that's $150 for the outfit, So I can see, But yeah, somebody said that, and I'm like, now, okay, what if they get caught? Or y'all said that they got caught. Okay, that's automatically a felony. They didn't been in jail before. They know anything over $50, unless they raise the limit up, anything over $50 is a felony. Unless they lowered it and say anything over $100. But last I checked, because even when the people steal from Walmart and it's under $50, it depends. They will just, the policeman sometimes will just write them a citation. But if you are a habitual thief in these people establishment, particularly one Walmart, then they probably, you steal the pack of bologna and some rain boots, you're going to go to jail. And it's not because it's expensive. They may have you on camera, may have your picture posted in the security office. Tell if this person happened to come in there, you call the police. This is a habitual thief out of our store. So at this point, your chances then ran out. They're gonna call the police and gonna show them how you done been in here 10 times stealing, and they got you on different dates. So at this point, if they wanted to assume you was $50 at each time, they taking you off to jail. So like I said, it just depends. So when you go stealing, or they went stealing and say they got caught, when you get in that interrogation room, would you take the fall for your friend? Or are you going to say you did it? Or you going to take accountability for what you done? Depending on what it is, and depending on if you a two-time felon, you gonna be saying, "Oh, she did that. That was if they in the car and they said that was her car, that wasn't my car. I didn't take nothing or whatever." Y'all both gonna be held accountable, and they gonna, if it is $4,700, it ain't gonna be split between 2,000 and some odd dollars for each one of y'all. No, it's gonna be $4,700 for each one of y'all. And that's enough to go ahead and go on down to the big clank, even if you don't stay but a year, or you might get state jail time. But people do the crime with each other, And then when you get caught, are you gonna take the fall for something? Just like the incident where I think it was 4 or 5 guys, and they sexually assaulted this 12-year-old, and they was trying to run a train on her. So the 15-year-old did it, and the 12-year-old put rocks. When she started trying to scream, he put rocks in her mouth. Come on, boy. What if one of them pieces that concrete or something would have chipped off there and went down that girl's windpipe, and she would have choked to death? Y'all would have unalived her right there. You wouldn't have knew what to do, how to get it out. You wouldn't know what was going on with her. So when, of course, when her dad called out to her and stuff like that, and she was screaming, the neighbor heard her screaming, yah, yah, da, 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 da. So you get in trouble. So do you think, because I think all of them going to get tried as an adult, I think. So are you going to tell, oh, well, I didn't do nothing but put the rocks in her mouth? You still was accessory to the crime. You knew it was wrong. That's why you put the rocks in her mouth. You just as guilty. Because when you know you wrong, one sin ain't as great as the other. Now, if you didn't know no better, that's different. But you knew to put some rocks in her mouth to keep her quiet. And y'all somewhere in the courtyard. So, then the other one holding the arms down while the other one on top doing his business. And maybe somebody watching out. But it was a 6th person there, and he said that he didn't touch the girl at all. He didn't have any involvement. So the only way he gonna be able to walk from that is if when they ask them about each one of them, what did each one of y'all do, and when they in the interrogation room by themselves, is if they want, tell the truth and say, well, now Bubba held one arm and J-Rock held the other arm. I put the rocks in her mouth, and Dexter got on top, and Roy was the lookout person. If they really just get them separate and they tell the officers, ask them I'm pretty sure they did. What part did you play in the whole thing? So my thing is, do you think they gonna snitch on each other? Probably so, because they're young and they don't know. I'm not gonna say they don't know no better, because I don't know if they done been to juvenile, if they done got in trouble, if they done got suspended from school. I don't know none of that. But I'm just saying, I wonder, would they tell on their friend? I know when they're a little bit older, with that 15-year-old, he gonna go up the river. It ain't gonna be no help out for him. Cause you gonna go on the registry. You may go to juvie till you're 18 if they don't try y'all as an adult. You may go to juvie till you're 18, and then you're going to be labeled. You're going to have that ugly, awful label on your back. You're not going to be able to get an apartment. You may get a job, but you're probably going to be in construction or somewhere outside in the heat. Hey, loving my grandsons, how you doing? You're not gonna get a good job. You're gonna forever be a career criminal. That's what's gonna end up happening to you. Unless you go, maybe if you pass the background of truck driving school, and you're gonna have to work really hard. But again, you pretty much gonna have a hard labor job, because they're not going to want you nowhere around women or children. So you got that jacket on your back. And kids, they don't think about it. Your hormones then got you riled up and stuff. So You know, and then when you get older, they get in high school, yeah, they don't want to rat or, like they say, drop the dime on somebody or whatever. I am not getting in trouble for nobody else. So the thing about it, if I was to ever thought about it, think about it, try to plan something, I'm not going to involve nobody else. Whatever it is, if I'm trying to do something I don't have no business, I'm going to do it by myself. Because guess what? Ain't nobody can tell on me but me. Nobody. So, you know, these people don't think about this stuff. They want to joyride with five dudes or even women in the car. They want to play stick up kid to people. You know you gon' dang near if you hold a gun to somebody and they not expecting that, and you gon' dang near make them pee in their pants. You know, or try to give you whatever. Last week or week before last, this lady came down from San Antonio to take her friend that had cancer, to take her to the doctor. I don't to be supportive to her and to take her to an appointment. Well, soon as she dropped her friend off, this young man decided that he wants to rob her. Gunpoint, and she kind of, you know, shooed him away from her friend because the friend is a cancer patient and she had just had treatment. So she was, you know, I guess trying to block her. Don't, you know, whatever, we give you whatever. But the friend, he didn't do nothing to the friend, but the one that came from San Antonio to take the cancer patient to treatment, he shot her. And when they got her to the hospital, she passed on. Coming to do a good deed for her friend and a senseless killing, you jack of all trade but donkey butt, took the woman's car. They was able to call the police right off. Must have been police in the area. They was attentive and paid attention, saw the car, got a hit on the car, whatever, put the license sirens to pull the person over. Well, of course, they know they're in a stolen car. They don't want to pull over. You commence to do a high-speed chase. I think I said something about this the other day. You do a high-speed chase. They chase you all through Houston. I don't know if you drove to your house, but you drove to an apartment complex. In the meantime, in between time, you wrecked the woman's car. You hit something because the woman's car was all dent up on the side. You jumped out the car, run through the apartment complex. So I think he must have lived there because he knew it was a vacant apartment. He must have broke the door down or broke the window, got into the vacant apartment. They followed him. They had the, like Mud did say, they had the helicopters on him and all of that. And he wouldn't come out of that apartment. SWAT was called out. Now, when SWAT get called out, now you know you going to jail. You either going to jail, hell. You going to jail or you going to jail, the hospital, or the morgue. You got three choices. Which one do you want to take? But after either one of them three, well, after two of them, you going to prison because the lady passed away. You did a high-speed chase, and you evaded arrest from the police. So you going. If you go to jail or you know, whatever, you gonna go up the river. Young, 18 years old. But what? You either in school or just got out of school. You don't wanna go to college. You don't want to do a trade. I can understand you not want to go to the service. You don't want to do nothing in life but cause havoc and stuff in other people's life. So at least he had sense enough to do the crime by himself. You got people doing it with, you know, with other ones, you know, and that's a shame. But, you know, taking accountability, or would you, like I said, would you do the time? Would you tell, or would you just shut your mouth like some of these drug dealers out here on the street, or these street guys that's out here on the street, and they code is, if they in a certain gang or whatever, you don't snitch, you don't tell. Well, I be Joan Brown if I don't say nothing. So it's best for me now. Don't initiate me in a gang. I'm sorry, because if something go down, I'ma tell it. Especially if it involves me, and it's gonna be between me and you. Oh, I'm gonna tell. I'm sorry. That's like back in elementary school. In the elementary school, we got in trouble. The whole class, the teacher say, well, the whole class going down and get some pops and talk to the principal. So, guess what? And I done told y'all before. They called classy lady in there. They took us one by one. We was in elementary school. Now, I already know if I got in trouble at school and they called my parent, and depending on what I did in school, oh, I'm going to get it at home. Oh, my mama believed in whooping. My mama believed in whipping your behind. And also punishing you at that. Then she would tell my dad, and my dad had such this strong voice and would talk to you so stern and with that voice, that in alone would make you cry. That alone would make you cry. So I didn't want to get in trouble with my parents. That was a no-no. Is it worth it? No. Because my daddy don't just, tell you that one time. He reminds you and reminds you and reminds you and reminds you. And at that age, you're going to say, what you going to say? Dad, I already heard that. What? You ain't going to say nothing. You can't say nothing. You just have to listen. I tell you every day. You wouldn't be punished if you wouldn't did such and such at school. You should have opened your mouth. I bet you next time you're going to open your mouth and tell. Well, they ain't have to tell me. They didn't have to tell me that at all. Because when they pulled me in that office and I was in there, the teacher, the principal, ain't nobody else was in there and the door was closed. Oh, it was such and such. I didn't have nothing to do with it. I didn't touch. I didn't go near the teacher's desk. I didn't do nothing. I say, yeah, I watched them. I couldn't tell them to stop. I couldn't do nothing. So when the teacher said that she was taking everybody, to the principal's office, okay, I'll go. Because I know when we get to that principal's office, I was hoping and praying that we would go in there one by one. And that's exactly what happened. We went in there one by one, and I told it. A couple of my other friends that parents didn't play that bull stuff, they told it too. So they didn't know who told it, because the whole class had to go in there one by one. So no, I'm not gonna take the fall for somebody else. I learned as a younger child. Even with me and my brother, he did something. Junior did it. I ain't do it. Now, on the other hand, my brother would take the fall for me, because he didn't like to hear me cry. Because, oh, baby, I could cry and holler when I get ready to get a whipping. And he didn't like to hear me. He didn't like that. He still, today, can't stand to see me cry. So he would sometime maybe take the fall, like get up and go wash the dishes that I was supposed to be washing, but he'll go ahead and wash them so I don't get in trouble. Yeah. But me, taking the fall for him, because some of his falls that I would have took for him, my mama knew I wouldn't have did something like that. They knew I wouldn't have did nothing like that. So, no, I'm not taking the fall for nobody. And that's what happens with a lot of people now. Yeah, you plan a crime. When the crime falls through and the popo looking at you, what are you going to do? Are you going to tell it on your friend or your associate? Are you going to tell on them? Are you going to take the fall and just do it? Because I know people, I've heard people that say, no, that street code and stuff. No, I didn't snitch. I just did the whole 10-year bid. I'm not going in no penitentiary for no 10 years for nobody. You gonna take the whole 10-year bid? No, I don't think so. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Not at all. Not at all. So all that stealing and robbing and that of the exercise, they wasn't the only ones. I saw another video where it was a couple of them. They was running out the store like a herd, and they had clothes and stuff, and they took the license plate out the car. So, oh, they some good career criminals. Hey, Tamika, how you doing? So I know that's right. I'm telling Tamika, I'm not going to take no fall for nobody. It was her. She did it. He did it. It was them. I'm telling. And hopefully you get locked up and I ain't got to worry about you coming out trying to get after me, because you try to get after me, then it's going to be some other things going on. But I'm telling. I am telling. So it was another group of people that stole them some exercise equipment, as exercise clothes as well. And they came out with a whole bunch of stuff. They did it just, they wasn't even running. They was like kind of like jogging to the car, and they already had it opened the doors. They may have had the doors open and jumped in this little say like what I call them, the ice cream trucks, those type of cars. I forgot the name of them because my a good friend of mine has one, but they look like the little ice cream trucks. And they jumped in one of those, and it was about four of them, and I don't know where they put the clothes out at that quick. And whoever was running after them, it depends on the company or whatever, and they were running after them. I say, what kind of videotaping you doing? I saw more of the concrete, and then I guess they realized they was taking it up the concrete, and they got the camera and tried to get them. And then when they tried to get the license plate, no license plate on the back of the car. So unless they was in a expensive community, or one of these ritzy communities, and they have like certain police that police the area and stay like in that area, and they called it in, they may have had a chance to catch them in that little gray car. They may have had a chance to catch them, but 9 times out of 10 they didn't. They got away. So it is that exercise equipment is the hottest thing. Exercise clothing is the hottest things that I've been seeing on YouTube, where they going, of course they steal the high end bags, and they don't want you filming. Like one of our content creators went to buy her Louis, and she was filming, and she didn't know, but they don't allow you filming in their stores, because you could be filming so that y'all can come back and commit the crime. Because I've seen them on there too, where they are dang near drag you out the store, drag the tea stands and the stands out, grab a whole bunch of clothes if they know it's unlocked, or they maybe know a mechanism to know how to unlock it, and baby they'll grab them all them purses, do like a one arm swoop and whatever they get, and be running out them stores and run around the corner. You looking trying to catch them, and you can't. Child, two things sometimes you can't catch is a crackhead and a thief. When they running, you can't beat them running. You dang sure can't beat no crackhead running. Hey, lovely T, how you doing? Welcome over. Yeah, you dang sure can't beat no crackhead. You can't catch no crackhead. So you might as well, whatever you have in your hand, just take it and throw it at them. If it's your shoe, take it and throw it at them like the bionic woman or man, and hopefully you can hit them in the back of the head, or the back of their leg, and hit a nerve, and they just go down. Like my mama did that cordless phone with me one day when I talked smack to her. I said something smart, and I caught myself getting ready to go, and I'm going out the door, and boy, that cordless phone hit me at the back of my leg, and I went down. All I did was go down, hit the concrete and everything. And I had to sit there and get my composure, because that hurt. And then I fell and hit the concrete too. I was between the kitchen and the laundry room. So the step down was so no. So other thing that somebody asked me about was the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. The Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo is a big money maker for Houston. These millionaires and these steakhouse house places and these places that um, give money where they can do, these millionaires where they can do a tax write-off on the money, that they president helped them get tax write-offs and stuff, where we paying the taxes, us poor people paying the taxes. Well, because I remember I was looking at one of them, and it may have been a clip from last year, I think it was, but for no, it was a sheep, and it must have been a nice looking sheep. I guess that's where the lamb chops come from. Uh, but paid $1 million for that sheep. They pay $1 million for those steers. It used to be hundreds of thousands, 100,000, 200,000. Baby, now they done raised the stakes up to $1 million because it's for a scholarship. The FHA and stuff like that, but that particular child, that their parents take the time out, and they spend a lot of money on that feed, shots, worming, all that, and that child have to take care of that animal and stuff, and they do them, raise them for the Houston Livestock and Rodeo, and they pay big money for that. And so this year, I guess the young people, and I know they planned it. They planned it. Because I was at church today, and we was talking with one of the young guys, and I was telling him how nice he looked in a suit today, because he's in an organization, and they dressed out today, and they had to wear their suits. And he was like, he got a little fuzz under his thing, and he, getting the smelly self or whatever. He getting a little older, and he probably will graduate next year. And he was like, well, I'm trying to get my mama to let me do a little bit more things. And so me and this other young lady, well, she's much younger than me, we was questioning her at the same time. We say, what other things? And he was like, kind of hang out. And we was like, hang out to do what? His mama just stood up there. We was grilling him. And he said, well, just, go with my friends and stuff. I say, to get dropped off at the mall so y'all can cause chaos in the mall, and y'all loud, y'all people in there stealing and doing all kind of stuff. I say, is that what you talking about, hanging out? Well, no, I'm talking about like going to the movies and stuff. I say, well, so you go to one movie, then you sneak in the other one? So you stay at the movie theater all day, unless they got, games where you can play. Now, they used to have, well, they still do. They relocated a Dave and Buster's. I don't know if y'all had it. Dave and Buster's is a hoop of fun, a whole bunch of fun. Now, if you talking about your mama and they mama and them, y'all all meet at Dave and Buster's and go there and kind of spend the day, because you can play all the games y'all want to play. I think last time they had a little picture booth. You can eat. You can play pool, and maybe in about 2 hours, your parent come back and pick you up. But these kids need to be supervised. And I made a post. I hashtagged the Houston, Rodeo Houston. And I probably gonna be the biggest critic is my brother. But the brawl, the big fight that they had at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. Now, this is a money-making thing. Vendors from all over. Barbecue pit masters come from out of state for competition to get bragging rights on their barbecue, their brisket, their chicken, their wild game, maybe homemade sausage or something that they have that's different, that could be entered into a competition. And then they have the carnival people or the food trucks that have, make little the fried Oreos and the fried ice cream and the Twinkies and all that. All of that, those all kind of vendors, the turkey leg people, even Tina knows, Beyonce mama was there with her gumbo, selling her gumbo. and stuff. They have all this stuff, all kind of money making, the big old carnival, and it's expensive. Gloria, did you get a chance to go to the rodeo yet? I know it's coming to a close this weekend. Did you get a chance to go? When I tell y'all it's a big money making thing, people are selling hats, boots, western wear outfits, belts, all kind of stuff pertaining to the rodeo. You have the petting zoo for the little kids, all kind of stuff. And then they have the big concerts. You can go to the rodeo early and hang out with the festivities and then go to the concert. Or some people just go strictly for the concert and then they may hang out a little bit afterwards. They had to close, they had to shut it down last night. They was over there, uh, I know for sure where the food vendors were. Tearing up them people's stuff, fighting. Them sheriff's deputies and DPS and police had hell last night breaking them fights up. And it wasn't just men. I mean, they got women on there. And what got me, I started reading the comments. And what got me, because some of the pictures, the still shot had young black women, or whatever they were, fighting. Here come the racial slurs. That pissed me off. Because we're not the only ones fighting. Then turn around, somebody else, Channel 39, one of the news stations, posted white and Hispanics were fighting. So where are the comments there? So it's not a white and black thing. All of them was out there fighting. Look, fire start here. Put this side. They over here fighting. Over here. They get them detained. They over here. They broke out over here. No regards to the police is right there. You still want to fight and throw blows at the other guy or the other girl. If you done got popped and they done beat the devil out of you, leave it alone. If you didn't get detained by the police, walk out. Get you and your friends and y'all go the other direction. Girl, let's get out of here. But no, what it is, you going to be worried about what your friends say. Girl, they whooped your butt. And wigs flying. The young dudes thinking it's funny playing with the girls' wigs that's all on the ground, putting it on their heads and stuff, putting all that evilness in their hair. They thinking it's funny. Throwing up the girls' wigs and stuff. Instead of you trying to break the girls up from fighting. Oh no, y'all so busy videotaping. Oh, they was videotaping. Because they want to get on TikTok and stuff to see who going to get the most views from the fight. And they going to get some good pictures with people's faces. They going to get some still shots. And if they haven't arrested you, they may come after you. They may come after you and come after your children. Yeah, because this weekend, them teenagers playing that. Them teens that got on TikTok and social media and planned to go to the rodeo yesterday and probably today and probably Friday to cause chaos and see who can, they was going to be fighting so that they can tape stuff or whatever. I'm pretty sure somebody bumped into somebody, oh, they want to fight. It's not that serious. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And keep going. But you got some friends that's in your ear and egging you up with the fight. So they shut it down last night. Yeah. And my thing is, and yeah, I'm hashtagging Rodeo Houston. Age restriction. 18 and under, or under 18, 17 and under, need to be accompanied by an adult. Someone 21 and under. And if you can't, the 21-year-old can't control the person that they're with, then you go to jail. You get in trouble for it. Because this is millions and millions of dollars organization and industry. And do you think these people that are putting their money into it and the rodeo society gonna let y'all come and destroy something that's been going on for many years? I think not. They're gonna put an age restriction and they're gonna have a dress code. It was ridiculous, the women with their butt cheeks hanging out. A short skirt and maybe a G-string under there, maybe not, but whole butt showing. This wasn't one race, it was all races that I saw. White and black, whatever is in between, Hispanic, whatever. White butts and black butts. Jeans, I don't know if they cut them blue. I know they can't sell them blue jeans like that all up in them women butt like that in the back. I think what they did, because they were raggedy on the ends, I think they cut them jeans all the way to the crack of their behind. What sense does that make? Who phone number did you get? You ain't got nobody's phone number. All they did is do like they did. I seen it on YouTube and Facebook. Got your behind plastered everywhere, and so if they could get your face and your butt plastered everywhere, and you looking like a doggone fool. Then here you go to work Monday, they got your picture all over work. Well, depending on what kind of job you have, they might just let you go. Texas is a free will state. They can fire you. They ain't got to tell you why they fired you. They could just up and fire you. So you go to work Monday, your face plastered all over the internet. Bianca, come into the office. I'm sorry, but we're going to have to let you go. Well, why? Well, why? Your performance was low. They'll make up anything, but they don't have to tell you. They can get rid of your butt and don't have to give you no explanation. Texas is a free will state. They can fire you when they get ready. So that's why, you might not be on the job, but it depends on what kind of job you have. You should always carry yourself with dignity and respect, because you never know that one time that you go dressed out there. And then I was reading the comments, and one guy, he had enough nerves to make a racial comment. My mouth wasn't that closed. My mouth was closed, but my mind and my hand was writing. You sell real estate. I'm not racist, but when you talk about my people, I can get back down with you on your people. Yeah. So Julio, you don't have no room to talk about nobody and no race at all. And then in your background, and I read your profile, you sell real estate. So in other words, you'll try to sell me a house, but knowing in the background you really don't like me. But my money is green and good enough for you, but you get on the internet. Now, how would Julio like if I took his post, screenshot it, put it on my page, or either contact the real estate board, and this is people that y'all have working for you that's very racial and making racial comments. People don't think about what they do. He could lose business. If the right person clicked on there and reported him, he could lose business. How he don't know it's a black person sitting at the top of the board and decide to, no, we don't need you selling real estate. We need to revoke your license, or no, we're not going to renew your license, your contract, anything. But people have to be careful what you say. Because like I said, when the fights started breaking out, and it was all of the black teens out there fighting, here come the white people with the comments. And I'm calling you out because you was being racist. And it didn't warrant that. I don't care who it was out there fighting, what race, what color, or whatever. It didn't look good at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. That is a family type setting. a family type setting, and with little children, they bringing their kid for the mud busting. That's the one of the best things of the rodeo I like, is to see them little kids trying to ride that sheep, and the ones that don't fall off and stay on that the longest, that's the one who win. When I tell you that's the funniest and cutest thing ever, one little and them little girls be tearing them little boys up. Them little girls be winning. They asked one little girl, how could she stay on the sheep that long? She said, I ride on my daddy back and he be jumping on the trampoline. I thought that was so cute. So to train her and to get her into the contest, he puts her on his back and jump on the trampoline as hard as he can to see if she can hold on without falling off. Baby, she held on to that sheep. She was sideways on that sheep, but she was holding on to her. I know that sheep was saying, ouch, get off of me. But yeah, that is the most cutest one. So you have kids there with their families. And it was families there yesterday at the rodeo. Y'all running, the crowd running, everybody running. You don't know what you're running for, so you take out running too. People get trampled over. You know, what if they was where kids and parents was with their kids in strollers? It was ridiculous. It's circulating on YouTube and Facebook and stuff like that. It was ridiculous. And all of the news outlets got it. And they got different angles and they got different people fighting. The boys, the girls. I saw one where the boy hit somebody and he took out running and a group of boys ran after him. And when he got tired of running, they caught up to him and they beat his behind. All of them got a kick in, a punch, or whatever. So now you leaving out of there all bruised up, t-shirt torn, eye dotted, head with a lump upside your head. Hey, Princess Strickland, how you doing? Hey, Randy. Randy, I'm not sure who you talking to. Are you talking to me or you just making a comment? Because, baby, I was born and raised here. It's a lot of stuff I don't like about this country. Where do you suggest I go? Where do you think I'm going to go? It's a lot of things I don't like, and I'm pretty sure it's a lot of things that you don't like about this country. Yeah. But I am an avid voter. I do vote. Yeah, I do. So I can talk about it. Like I said, I didn't like the comments that started, the racial comments when they started seeing the pictures. And it wasn't the black folks that started it. That's what I'm talking about. I don't like that. I don't like it. And it wasn't nice and it wasn't fun. Okay? So thank you for saying what you're saying. I would appreciate that you don't respond, because I'm going to have to tell you like I told one of them. And I don't think you would like their response. So that's not what my channel is about. I'm talking about what I saw, get my opinion, what I didn't like. I don't know if you saw the fight or the fights that broke out. I don't know if you saw them. So if you didn't see them, you really can't speak on it. I saw them. I saw different clips. So I can speak on it. So now Classy Lady is not the one that you come over here and you can say anything. Thank you, Princess. Make sure you hit the like button, please. I'm not the one you can come over here and just say anything to me. We can have a good conversation. But being that it's my channel, I'm going to give my opinion and how I feel about something and what I did not like. And I didn't like when I saw the comments. It was the other race saying something. Okay? Now, they got trials going on. Well, you know, they got a couple of mass shootings going on, and it wasn't no black folks that did it. Okay? I'm going to leave that right there where it's at. You read between the lines. So anyway, it was a big brawl. And I just think they need to have an age restriction. It is family friendly, and it's always been like that. A lot of the adults go with their kids to the concerts. Uh, they don't go just on Black Heritage Night. The kids like country. Other kids of my race, they like country music. They like other pop singers. I've seen them there with their families. So it's depending on who you like. You pick whatever day you want to go. It wasn't everybody don't just go to Black Heritage Night. Just like they picked last night to do the fight and the brawl. I still think 100% that it was, they did something on social media, they discussed stuff at school, and they found a way to get to the rodeo. And I don't think that anybody under 17, anybody under 18 should be able to go out to the rodeo without being accompanied by their parent or a responsible adult, preferably 21 and older. That's my take on that. Somebody could have seriously got hurt out there. Luckily, the ones that got hurt were the ones that were fighting and the ones that got arrested. It was a shame how police was going to get a couple of them to break them up, and the crowd bum rushing the police in the back. Now, you know a lot of these police are trigger happy. What if one of them would have took their gun out and started shooting or shot one of the young people there? That would have been a whole different story. That would have been something totally different. That would have been awful. But I saw in one clip where they bum rushing the police trying to get these people separated and detained, and the crowd rushing them trying to see what they doing. Craziness. Craziness. So I hope if your child came home and their shirt was torn, they had a knot upside their head, or you need the ear hustle to see, you let them, you know they went to the rodeo because you let them go, or they were supposed to go to their friend house and they were going to go to the movies, but did a detour to the rodeo. Y'all need to check that stuff out. Y'all need to talk to your children. We all need to talk to our children as a whole. Not just y'all, we all. Because it takes more than just one person to get things better. And if you know that your child was out there at that rodeo and you let them go and they 16 and 17 years old, next year you don't need to let them go. Because you could have got a knock at the door from DPS or one of the police officers that your child was unalive, or that you need to come down to the hospital. Because they're not going to tell you nothing on the phone. They're going to just tell you need to get to such and such hospital. Then when you get there, all hockey puck sticks break loose. Because your child then got unalive. Just like the 12-year-old that I'm pretty sure they buried on the weekend. Had a fight. After the fight, she collapsed. It wasn't due to the fight. It was due to her heart stopped. And they supposed to do more autopsy to see maybe if she bumped her head, but her heart stopped. That was sad, tragic. Instead of her going home, when she got off the bus, whether the kids rode the bus or not, you was going your way home. They mouthing out, they walking the other direction. You turn around a couple of times to say your piece to them. They come back, y'all argue. Well, you want to fight? They fight. They fought. They got broke up. I don't know if the girl tumbled and hit her head. It looked like she may have. She got up, went on with her friends, and she collapsed. But one of the friends that was there, you could hear in the tape, he was talking about, we ought to just do peace. Let's be peaceful. Let's go home or whatever. And they said, go home, Michael. Go home, Michael. Reminds me of, what's that with the two, Lowry twins? What was that? They used to say, go home, Roger. That's how they was telling that little boy, "Go home, Michael. Go home, Michael." And it reminded me of that sitcom, "Go home, Roger. Go home, Roger." They were shooing him off because he was talking about making peace. No, she wanted to fight. The friends instigating the fight. She instigating it too as well. She the one lost her life. 12 years old. She should still be here today. But unfortunately, she's not. Over some foolishness. You could have, I understand she was tired of being bullied or whatever, but she should have went on. She should have went on. Let me block this person from my channel so he won't be able to come back. I'm not interested in him. He can make another page if I deleted him in error. Oh well. I gave him a chance to say what he was, explain what he was saying, and say what he, because I don't want it to be a one-sided. So that's why I say explain. Are you talking to me, or you talking about the situation? And he never dropped back in the chat. See, so some people be trolling, and they catch you at the time that you're saying something, not really sitting there listening to the whole thing. Or maybe he was sitting there listening to the whole thing. Well, you could engage and say, well, no, that's not how it went. When I was reading the comments, it wasn't like that. But when I checked in and I read about 10 comments and back to back to back to back to back. Same thing as the stealing. That's wrong. Both incidents was wrong. I don't condone either of it. Oh, bonnets and slides. Bonnets and slides. Bonnets and pajamas. Just making just ugly comments. One after the other. If you want to see how people really feel, you let an incident be posted and you read the comments. You're going to see some ugly stuff. That's not called for. You really will. So, anyway, I'm not going to be on here much longer. Well, I'm getting ready to close it out. Let me make sure I done spoke to everybody. I appreciate y'all coming over, engaging in the conversation. Gloria, tell your nephew, I don't know if his spring break is over or it just started. Be careful out here. If he's not from here, tell them to be careful. Watch his back. Don't sit no drinks down. Don't trust nobody. And just pay attention. Because these clubs get jam-packed with these young adults. And soon as you step on their white tennis shoes, that's a fight. They don't want no creases in their shoes, but why you wear them? Thank you, Valentine, baby. So I'm going to close out with, this is Classy Lady. Thank y'all for coming over to my channel. I'm 10 weeks in. I'm a new content creator / reaction channel. If you're passing by or catching the end of this live, please consider subscribing to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up button, y'all, when you're going out. Oh, Tuesday is St. Patrick's Day. That's the luck of the Irish. That's supposed to be a lucky day. I am going to do a giveaway. I don't know if I'm going to do 1, 2, or 3. But I will do a giveaway on Tuesday. So y'all tune in. I have some ideas on what I want to do as far as the giveaway. Y'all tune in on Tuesday. And Lord bless, say the same on Tuesday. It'll be at 8 o'clock. But I'll be back on tomorrow. Lord say the same at 8 o'clock. Thank y'all. Thank you for the compliments. Y'all encourage me with your compliments and things of that nature to make me want to keep going. So Tuesday, the luck of the Irish. Lord say the same. Lord willing, because God is always first. I will do a drawing on Tuesday. I'll see y'all tomorrow at 8 o'clock, Lord willing. Angels on everybody's pillow. And y'all have a blessed and lovely night. Good night.